So we are recording for anybody who is with us this morning. Chat has been disabled, but questions and answers are available. I don't know if somebody wants to monitor our questions and answers. We'll tag team on that. Today's community meeting is a continuation of our December community meeting where we learned from Ms. Gould about how to maybe share some of our stories through pictures and words about the traditions that we have that help us celebrate our holidays. And our hope is that by doing this, and we've received a lot of pictures and stories, and we hope that by sharing these and having some conversations about them, that we can learn more about each other. And when you know more about each other, it's really easy to be nicer to each other, to stand up for each other, and to certainly not be mean to each other. So that is our hope. And today we are all, Mrs. Laraniga, Ms. Gould, and I are going to work with some students right here on the community meeting and model for us how we might have some conversations, right? And I think Ms. Gould is going to start us out with some
Yes.
helpful slides.
I am. So here you'll find this is one of the habits that we highlighted when we talked about giving you this original challenge, is that we wanted you to show meaning and to find meaning in other people's artwork. So today we're going to show how we can have conversations to find the meaning that is in these photos or these artworks that you sent in. Go ahead to the next one. We'll also be reflecting today. This is another one of our studio habits that involves you discussing artwork or things that you've created with others. You can also explain why you made certain artistic decisions. So we'll hear about why people chose the photos that they did to explain their different holidays. And then we've got one more habit for this morning, and this is to understand art world. So that part of making connections. And today we're going to focus on being a productive member in your artistic community. So thinking about at Douglas, how can you engage with your peers to learn about their different holidays or their different artwork and what they chose.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then, so this is just a reminder, if you've had art with me yet this year, you may recognize this, that when we reflect and share, we'll take the time to look at the artwork and really look at the artist when they're speaking. In this case, you'll be looking at Zoom, but we'll listen to what the people say and think about what they say and also how they chose to show it. And then to give feedback, we'll be using these prompts. So we'll say, I notice. So we'll give either a comment or a compliment, and then we'll ask a question. So I wonder blank. So it will depend on what they've shared with us, but we'll kind of use those two statements to lead us in our conversations today. And the next slide, I think, is just a reminder. Oh, it's another one of our partner talk. You can go ahead to that one, Dr. Whitbeck. This is just an example of how we talk as peers in the studio to get feedback when we reflect. So we do these first two, I notice and I wonder, and then we also give suggestions. But then today, go ahead to the next slide, please. Today, we're just going to focus on these first two. And this is just a reminder of those three statements that everyone filled in when they submitted a photo. So they told us what their holiday tradition is, what their image shows, and then one other fact about that holiday. All right.
And here we are. So let's get Arya here, see if we can bring her up.
Okay.
Good morning, Aria.
Morning.
Hi, Arya. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Arya is in Mrs. Bethel's class, and she has been kind enough to join us today and to talk with us about her tradition. And I think Miss Gould is going to start us off.
Yeah. So Arya, thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to hear more about your holiday. Can you start by just telling us about it?
Well, my holiday is Raksha Bandhan, and it is a celebration of a bond between a brother and a sister or any siblings. And so what you do is there's a Rakhi. What the holiday can also be called Rakhi, but we call it Raksha Bandhan. And the Rakhi is a bracelet that you tie around your brother's hand. Usually a sister ties it around a brother's hand, but it can be like a cousin brother, or it's just between like siblings. So when the sister ties the Rakhi around the brother's hand, it shows that the sister will protect the brother and the brother will protect the sister from really anything. And you give the brother sweets, and the brother gives you a present.
Wonderful. Thanks for explaining all of that. That sounds like a wonderful symbol to show your connection together. I noticed that in the photo you shared, you're also wearing these really bright colored clothing. Can you tell us more about what you're wearing?
Oh, yes. We are wearing Indian clothes, and you can really wear any clothes you want, but we usually wear like fancy Indian clothes. So what I'm wearing is a skirt and a blouse, and there's like a scarf. And my brother's wearing something like a dress, but it's not really like a dress. It's something that you wear like on like a party or something, or in India.
Okay, so something that's a little more formal, not a casual outfit, right?
Yeah, well, you can wear a casual outfit, but we usually don't.
Okay, and that tells us even more about what you do on that holiday too. Thank you for sharing. I have one other question. With the bracelet that you tie, is that something you make or that you buy? Where does that bracelet come from?
Well, I guess you can make it. We buy it, but there are all different types of bracelets. Like I usually pick what my brother would like, but there could be like jewels on it, or it can have anything on it. We usually buy it.
Awesome. That's neat. I love how you considered what your brother would like too. I know that often when different students make artwork for their family, they think about what their favorite colors are or what they might like to see in it. So it's very thoughtful. Thanks for sharing, Arya.
Can I ask a question?
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Arya, I'm curious if this is something that you celebrate every single year, and when do you celebrate it?
Oh yes, this is something that we celebrate every single year, and it is on a full moon day, and it's in the Indian calendar on a full moon day, but it usually falls in the month of August, somewhere there.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, great question, Mrs. Thoraniga. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. This is a tradition that I had never heard of, so I really love the colors and learning about it, and what you said about giving something to your brother that will protect him, and that he in turn protects you. So I love that idea. That's I wish that every family could do something like that.
I think the expression on your faces says a lot too. You look very proud and happy, and I just love the way your brother looks and the way you're looking at him.
All right, thank you, Arya. We are going to invite our next guest, so we're going to say goodbye to you.
Thanks, Arya.
If I can figure out how to do that. I almost got rid of Mrs. Lareniga.
Goodbye. You can send me through a trap door.
There we go. All right. So I am trying to find, oops. I am trying to find our next guest, who I believe is Marty.
Hello, Marty.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good, and you?
I'm all right, thank you. It's so nice of you to join us so early in the morning. It's a lot of snow out there. So could you start by telling us about the holiday that you shared?
Yes. In Mexico, Latin America, and Spain, there is a tradition on January 6th that is called the Three Kings Day, or the Feast of Epiphany. It is a celebration of the adoration of baby Jesus and by the three wise kings. The three kings' names are Melchor, Gaspar, and Balthasar. And on December 25th, they saw a very shiny star and they knew that Jesus was born. So they traveled from Orient to visit baby Jesus and brought him three symbolic gifts, which are gold, incense, and myrrh. And to celebrate this tradition, on the evening of January 5th, in every town there is a riding of camel or pageant of the kings, and the kids go with their family and honor the kings in the streets. And the three kings give candies and tell all the kids to go to sleep early, and they will leave presents on each house. And on the morning of January 6th, kids find the presents under the tree near the balcony. And also, to represent the tradition, every household does a nativity scene with the nativity and the three kings arriving with their camels from Orient, and every day they get closer to a stable in the nativity scene. They keep bringing them closer to a stable until they arrive. And also, me and my grandpa made a picture a year ago, and this is the three kings and the star. They are seeing where the star is, and they go in the direction of the star.
How did you and your grandpa make that picture?
My grandpa was a painter. He still is a painter, and a designer. And he also made this.
Beautiful. In the picture that's on the screen, I noticed that the one of the people is pointing at the star, it looks like. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, they have to follow the star because that's where the Jesus's stable was in Jerusalem, and they kept on following the star until they got there.
You did such a nice job explaining the holiday. It was very clear, and that was excellent. I think that there's another part of the holiday involving the king's cake that maybe you'd like to tell us about. I think we have a picture of that too.
Oh, yeah, so you normally, when the three kings come before at night, you eat some of that, and it's like a tradition every year. And yeah.
Is it good, the cake?
Yeah. Cold and yeah, it's really good.
Dr. Whitbeck or Miss Gold, do you have any questions for Marty?
Marty, do you still have that drawing or the painting that you made with your grandpa?
I have it in Spain, so I took a picture of it.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
That's wonderful. If you want to send us that, maybe we could add it to the slides, Dr. Whitbeck, and we could share your artwork with these photos you shared with us. Well,
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Sure. I'll try.
Awesome job explaining, Marty. That was great to hear about your holiday.
Yeah, thank you. I never knew that Three Kings Day was in January. And I just recently learned this year that with the nativity scenes that or sets that people have at their houses, that they put all of the different figurines in at different times. I just thought that it all went all together, and I never even noticed that outside churches or something like that. It wasn't until Christmas Eve or Christmas Day that the baby Jesus was put into the nativity scene, or the three kings. I've never ever noticed that if the three kings show up until January 6th, but that makes perfect sense.
That's neat. It becomes kind of an interactive way to tell the story as it shows up little by little.
Yeah. Thank you for teaching us this morning, Marty.
We do have a question, Marty. Do you know what's inside of the cake? And if not, we can always look it up. But I thought I'd throw that out there because one of the attendees asked.
Cream or marzipan normally.
Okay.
Oh, and sometimes there's a little baby Jesus doll baked into the cake.
Yeah, and you cut it out to different family members, and whoever gets the baby Jesus doll keeps it. And I have one downstairs if you want.
You can take a picture of it and send it to us.
Yeah, we can add that to the slideshow too.
All right, thank you, Marty. That was great. We're going to send you back to the audience and bring our next person in.
I noticed a question in the chat. Someone was asking, are we going to share all the holidays? We're not going to share all the holidays at this community meeting this morning, but we are compiling a slideshow of everything that you've shared that we will be getting out sometime in the next few days. And that contains many more holidays, but we won't be going through all of them this morning on this meeting.
Right. We only have one more this morning. We have Scout and Henry coming up. Here they are.
That is amazing how that works.
Scout and Henry, can you turn? Yep, there you go.
Good morning. You both look so nice.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
It is great to see you.
And we haven't met in person yet, but you'll probably learn by now that I'm Miss Gould. I'm excited to hear about your holiday.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the Chinese?
New Year.
Go ahead.
On Chinese New Year, we go to our grandparents' house in Chicago and we make all the food for the party. We make noodles, egg rolls, tofu, sesame seed balls, sao mai, which is basically a dumpling but open on the top, chicken patty, and fried rice. And the whole entire family spends the entire day cooking. Then we have a party and friends, neighbors, and family come. And then we do a music recital. So last year I played the piano, and then we sang a song called Gongxi Gongxi, which is, I think, congratulations. And then you get a red envelope, which is good luck money. And this year is the year of the ox. Each year has a animal zodiac to go along with it.
Awesome. Thank you for all those details. Didn't want to interrupt. So what made you decide to make a collage to show this holiday?
Well, it was kind of random that me and my mom went to Michael's, and my mom's just like, hey, why don't we buy this poster and we can make a poster of it.
I think that's a great way to show, and you talked about the food, kind of the party you have and the different animals for each year. So I think it was a great way to show all the different aspects of the holiday that you just talked about.
Thank you.
Let's see. And can you tell us, since we can't see all of the pictures, can you tell us about what is in some of the pictures you have here?
So in the colored pictures, it's the order of the Chinese zodiac, which is year of the rat, the year of the ox, the year of the tiger, the year of the bunny, the year of the dragon, the year of the snake, the year of the horse, the year of the sheep, the year of the chicken, the year of the monkey, the year of the dog, and the year of the pig. And then in the middle, there's a photo of all our family.
and then there's a picture of me and my brother, and then we're singing and playing piano, and then there's a piano recital, and then red envelopes in the way, all the way down.
Wonderful.
And then on the left side, there is the pictures of the chefs, which are both my grandparents. And then we were making sesame seed balls, making tofu, and then there's all our food on display, and then egg rolls.
Wonderful. It looks like a huge celebration. When did you celebrate it this year?
I think we celebrate it around February, on February vacation. I think it follows the lunar calendar.
Mm-hmm.
I forget which day it's on though.
That's okay, but it hasn't happened yet this year, correct?
No, it hasn't happened.
Awesome. Wonderful job too. I noticed how you used a lot of different shapes to create all of your animals. Well done.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Dr. Whitbeck or Mrs. Lareniga?
Well, I was just noticing.
Mary has the poster.
Oh, there it
right
is.
here.
You can see it live.
I was just noticing that many of our traditions follow a different calendar, follow the lunar calendars, rather than the calendar that we follow every day at Douglas School. So that's something we actually that's a little different, but it makes us all similar.
I'm just very busy admiring the pictures that you made of the animals. I just think that those are so creative and such a nice way to share the calendar. I never would have thought to do it by using pictures like that. It's great.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. And we really enjoyed looking at your artwork and learning about Chinese New Year, and hearing from you. So we're going to take you back to the audience and thank you. So take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to add, I think that the children that came up this morning to join us on community meeting did such a nice job demonstrating one of our core values of being brave, because I think it takes a lot of bravery to come up on the screen and talk to the whole school. So thank all 4 of you so much for your work and for being willing to share like that, because that's not easy.
Definitely. Nice work.
Oh, yeah. They were both, somebody in the audience noticed that Scout and Henry were both wearing red.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess, and you can ask them if you see them in school, they said that the red envelope represented, lucky money. And that there was probably lucky money inside of it. But red is a symbol of good luck. I know a lot of people paint their doors red in their houses, and that is supposed to bring you luck. So I wonder if there's any relationship to that.
Well, it's supposed to scare away the evil spirits. It said that on the poster.
Yeah. And somebody else asked, how do you do a big celebration in COVID time? And, like many of us, maybe on Zoom, so that's that. So what we did was we looked at the artwork today. We looked at the pictures that people sent. We talked about what we noticed. And we listened really carefully to what people said and what other questions that would raise for us. And we learned a lot. Ms. Gould, was there anything that I missed about how to have a conversation like this? Just as a reminder?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's very important to make sure you listen, like we just said, to what they're saying, to think of, and then after they're finished, then to think of how you can respond, to make sure you really take in everything they're saying. And I think just any way that you feel like you want to start a conversation, it doesn't have to use this formula, but this could be a way to start if you're not sure what to say.
All right. And so we're going to put together a video on YouTube of all of the the work that people sent in. And so you can look at those with your families. You can look at them on Zoom with your friends, and you can ask them questions about it. Some of our teachers may lead some conversations around it. We're also, we hope, going to hang those up in the hallway eventually, and print out the work that people sent us, and you can stop by and look at it there as well. So it's really important to get to know each other in ways that we might not have before. Mrs. Rickenbach says that she is very proud of Henry because she had no idea that he was presenting today. So way to go. And we have had close to 100 people submit their work. And if you did not yet submit your tradition, the link is still open. We've sent the link to your families. And you can do that through there. Mrs. Lareniga and I are still working, putting together the movie. So feel free to send us your stuff. At some point, we're going to end it, but it probably won't be until the end of the week. So you have until the end of the week, and Mrs. Sheridan asks if we can put together a list of the holidays or traditions that were sent in. We might be able to do that. That's gonna. We don't have that currently, but I think we can
It'd be easy
probably
to
look through that and get that done. So. Ms. Gould, thank you very much for helping us do this. We couldn't have done it without you.
You're welcome.
And next month, let's give a little teaser about next month. We're going to continue to learn about each other, but this time, next month, it's going to be a little more personal, isn't it?
It is, I believe so. Something to do with you and how you want to represent yourself. So it'll be a little more specific to you personally. Doesn't necessarily have to be a physical representation, but we'll talk a little more about symbols too.
Fantastic. Oh, I can't wait. That was a great teaser.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Tried to be vague.
You did a good job. All right, everybody. I think we've come to the end. And Mrs. Opal says, Ms. Gould, you rock. And
You do.
You do. We will leave it there. We will stop our recording and say, have a great snowy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.